Hello, I will be talking about the effects of invasions on medieval Europe. Germanic invaders could not read or write. As a result, learning became less important. As people moved to rural areas, cities were abandoned as centers of administration, and trade collapsed. Europe's economic centers were destroyed as well. Money became a scarce resource. Later, Vikings would invade Europe because of the abundance of wealth that it had. Despite the fierce and brutal reputation of Vikings, the majority were explorers and traders. The Vikings undertook extensive trade and built a trade network that would eventually cover all of modern Europe, Russia, the Middle East, northern India, and even China. They were the first to pioneer trade routes down the Volga and the Dnepr. They opened the routes to Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire. They traded with the Franks in the Baltic, and they even opened up the routes to the Far East. During the Viking period, the economy of Northern Europe was transformed from a prestige goods exchange system into a mercantile market economy. While initial Viking conquest of England consisted of raids in the south for metal wealth that was reworked into a decorative object of status, the Vikings eventually began to develop market towns and mill wealth into currencies. This led to the creation of international markets and the trading across the known world of the time. The Vikings made great achievements in technology in a wide variety of fronts. They mastered the construction and sailing of the longship, a durable vessel that could reach a speed of 18.5 kilometers per hour and traverse 200 kilometers in a day. Surviving examples include a clinker-built 9th century ship found at Gokstad that became the first of a number of Viking ships recovered from royal burials in Norway, where the clay soil preserved wood and iron remarkably well. One of the finest surviving examples of Viking art is the ornate carving in the prow of the Uzbek burial ship, which was elaborately decorated in the characteristic gripping beast style. Their skill in metalworking allowed them to produce fine hacked silver and jewelry, including brooches and lockets, in addition to beautifully decorated and embellished weapons and armor. Their fortresses were known for the symmetry and precision as well as their advanced construction. In addition to being great traders who were the first to pioneer trade routes down to the Volga and the Dnepr, to open the routes to Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire, to Franks and the Baltics, and to find routes to the Far East in what is now parts of northern India and China. The Vikings were also great developers and explorers. Europeans and Vikings exchanged culture when the Vikings established a territory of Normandy in northwest France, settled in parts of what are now Russia and Ukraine. They built many cathedrals after converting to Catholic Christianity. Vikings initially were a very brutal group of people. When they first came to raid Europe, they attacked the weak monasteries that were filled with wealth and enjoyed it, and they kept coming back to raid these monasteries. As a result, they incurred the wrath of the Catholic Church. Later, one of the Frank kings would go to ask the Viking ruler to pledge his loyalty to him and convert to Christianity. The ruler at that time accepted the deal and took the territory which is northwest of France, which is now called Norway. He would establish many great cathedrals and churches and monasteries as a repentance for his crimes. Thank you for listening. This has been our project, and I hope you have enjoyed it.